Let's bring in Katie Cherkasky. She's a criminal defense attorney. If you're defending R. Kelly, what do you make of the interview?
You know, R. Kelly may definitely be creepy, but only time will tell if he's actually criminal. And I'm not here to defend R. Kelly, but I am here to defend the process and the presumption of innocence that all of us have in these criminal sort of cases.
Katie, well said. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Threw a lot at you, but you handled it all well. Katie Cherkasky, an attorney extraordinaire in California.
There's arguments on both sides. Obviously, the risks with COVID are very real, but on the other side, there's risks to not having children in school full time. There's risks for families with food insecurity issues. There's risks with children not getting proper education. There's risks across the board. So as long as the governors are taking these into account and making a reasoned decision, I think that the teachers union is going to be hard pressed to win this case.
Criminal prosecution of an entity or an individual is a totally different story altogether.
Do you believe is the biggest information that AG Barr needs to address to Congress and the public?
Everybody wants to know, was there collusion with Russia? What did President Trump know? And did he commit any crimes? That's the bottom line with this. That's what the American people want to know, and I think that is a fair question to be asked at this point.
This could be the first in many legal battles over big tech and free speech. So let's talk about that with former federal prosecutor Kate Cherkasky. Katie, good to have you with us today. What did you think about what the Parler CEO said there?
Well, I think that's absolutely what they're going to try to prove here. And the problem you have is that these are really disputes between private companies more than anything else. So I think it's going to boil down to a lot of what the contracts between these companies said and whether there is a breach. And hopefully they're able to get some sort of temporary injunction in the meantime. But these lawsuits will likely drag on for quite a while.
Will that survive a court challenge?
Well, there is legal precedent that would allow him to potentially declare a national emergency for any purpose that he could justify under the law. And he does have a lot of reasons to potentially do that. So it will get wrapped up in litigation for a long time. So I don't know what the ultimate outcome will be, but he has legal support for it.
When you're challenging any sort of election issues, whether it's before or after, you really have to look at, is this something that is just isolated to this one person? Or is it a greater issue of the system?
Democratic states, Republican states, what chances do they have?
Well, that's an interesting issue. There's a lot of businesses from gyms, salons, even movie theaters that are suing these governors. And it really comes down to whether there's been fair treatment, whether it's been even treatment across the board. When you have a movie theater, for example, a movie theater, unlike a gym or a salon, is actually protected under the First Amendment.
Katie Cherkasky joins us right now, not the constitutional law attorney, also a former federal prosecutor, so you do not mess with Katie.